This podcast is being recorded and produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past, present.
We extend our respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
I'm Brittney Saunders.
And I'm all right, hey.
And this is High Scrollers, the podcast version of your favourite group chat.
If it's trending, going viral, or has you gripped, we're talking about it.
Coming up on this episode, one of my favourite reality shows has a new format, but I honestly don't think it would work down under, and I'm going to tell you why.
Plus, what do you get when you mix Hannah Montana, a wedding, a prison break, and Walmart? You'll have to keep listening to find out. And
a serious warning has been issued over a viral TikTok trend. Stick around to make sure you don't get yourself hurt.
Deal me in, doll. Let's go. Oh, doll, it's a big show. It's our first episode.
I know. What's going on here? You know, I've always said I would never mix a friendship with business. Is this doing that?
That is so true. I feel like it is. We might be enemies by the end of this season.
Cancelled and shut down next week because
kind of exciting.
We've had enough of each other.
Yeah, honestly. Hello, lovely listeners. Welcome to our first ever episode of High Scrollers. It's so exciting to be here. I feel like it's the first episode jitters and we kind of need to do some housekeeping, you know, and let you in on our lives for those of you who don't know each of us. You know, because some of your followers would have come over, some of my followers would have come over and...
They need to know who we are and how we got to this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, where to start? We'll keep it brief. We don't want to bore them with the details.
No, absolutely not. And it is quite a boring life that we live, isn't it? There's nothing exciting going on at all. I don't know how they've given us a podcast because we've just got nothing good going for us. It.
So Matt and I have been friends for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we first met when I was a Santa photographer. You know when little kids go and get their photos taken on Santa's lap? I was the one behind the camera going, yeah, hello, come on, look at me, please, look at me. Squeezing. I had this dog toy that was like an oinky pig and it would be like, and I would squeeze it and that would get the kids' attention. And anyway, I went into this makeup store to buy my sister some makeup for Christmas and there, lo and behold, was Brittney Lee Saunders working behind the counter.
This was before I was Brittney Lee Saunders.
Yeah, true.
I was just Brittney that worked at the makeup shop.
But I don't even know like what happened because it was so long ago, but we just hit it off and then we've been friends ever since. We added each other on Facebook.
Yep. And the rest is history. And here we are today.
And here we are.
With our very own podcast.
And the thing is, like, as you said, you never have really mixed friendship with business. And we have been friends basically the entire social media journey. And we did a few like YouTube collabs back in the day together. But we really haven't done anything. Like, we've kept our friendship basically like pretty offline. Like you're one of those friends that it's really weird because like we probably should be taking advantage of putting our friendship online because it's so hilarious. But at the end of the day, like we really haven't done that because for Brittney and I, we would find that when we hang out, like we'd finish hanging out and be like, oh, we didn't even like do a story together. We didn't even do anything.
Right.
Because we just had genuinely so much fun actually just being friends.
So now we can actually take advantage of our friendship and like put it on a podcast.
Yes, absolutely.
And monetize on each other's friendship a little
bit. I know, yeah. Can't wait for all the followers to come over to my Instagram.
And mine. Make sure you follow me.
And so High Scrollers was born, this idea that we would come together and finally like lift the veil on our friendship because we haven't really done that and show you what it's like to, I guess, be a part of our group chat because we have quite a stunning little Facebook chat randomly.
Yeah.
I don't know, do you find it random that we message each other on Facebook Messenger?
So Facebook Messenger is my way of communicating with everyone. We've got it at work. It's all Facebook chats. And everyone always says it's so weird that that is my number one form of communication. But that's what I've always done. I don't text anyone.
Really? Because,
is texting your thing?
Well, I texted you when I arrived and I don't even know whether you got it, but it was the first text I've ever sent you, Brittney.
I know. I literally text no one. Facebook Messenger all the way or WhatsApp.
I find that so weird. Although I found out I'm still using Snapchat and someone called me weird for still using Snapchat. They haven't used it in 5 years.
I haven't used it either.
I've got a group chat with my friends and we're still all sending photos each day. I don't know. It's just funny. Like, what are you up to? You know, everyone's Snapchatting at work.
No, I deleted Snapchat like Probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Gone.
I might need to get onto that. This might be good for us. I'll be learning a whole lot of new things. And we hope that you'll be learning a whole heap of new things as well, listeners, because High Scrollers, let's explain it. Let's explain, why we called it High Scrollers. I'm sure you've probably figured out there's a bit of a casino theme running here. Obviously, high rollers. We know
We
what
are
high
high rollers in life.
I have the definition actually, like casino.org has an actual definition of high roller, and that's a player who plays at high stakes and places large bets. And high scrollers obviously is a little bit of a play on words there, because I feel like we're players in life who, especially you play at high stakes with all of your fabulous businesses and everything like that. And we place large bets in life. Like, I'm not afraid to take a risk. I feel like you're not afraid to take a risk, a calculated risk. I feel like
that's when life begins, when you start taking risks.
Yeah.
As lame as that sounds.
We take large bets on life and we have high stakes online. And this is just another bet that we're taking. And my hypothesis here is that we're about to have the best bloody podcast this country's ever seen, Joel. So
the stakes are high.
The stakes are high, Joel. I mean, we're opening our lives. We're opening our group chat.
Yes.
And literally, it's very exclusive, but anyone can join. We're opening our group chat, the conversations that we have kept private, we're opening our group chat to literally anyone who wants to listen. And I'm a bit nervous about that.
So basically, we're opening up our private group chat for everyone to join. And every week, we're going to be talking about whatever everyone else is talking about every week, the trending story, what's happened. We're going to be giving our feedback, our opinions.
Because we know that that's why people follow us, and that's why we've, gained such a platform, is because we just tell it how it is and we share our opinions literally every day. So why not have like a bit of a longer form place to be able to share those opinions? Absolutely. With you all. And I mean, we're both addicted to our phones. I feel like I'm speaking on behalf of both of us here.
Oh, really?
Bit of it. I'm like,
I'm like 2 hours a day, Max.
You reckon?
No.
I reckon we'll check your screen time at the end of this episode, Joel. And I reckon you're absolutely talking out your ass there.
Pressure's on.
No, but look, this podcast is for people who aren't ashamed of their screen time. You know what I mean? Like, we want to start a revolution.
We're encouraging it.
We're saying own your screen time. In fact, we might give like listener of the week to someone who has the biggest amount of screen time. Like, I'm here for it, But yeah, welcome to High Scrollers. There'll be a lot of casino references. I know we don't encourage gambling here, but we do love to team with the theme, don't we, Britt?
Absolutely.
So you might hear some casino references throughout the podcast. You might have already heard some. Some more are probably coming, but we're including a segment that we're going to bring you each week called Royal Flush. And this is how we're going to kick off each show each week. Now, going back to my casino dictionary, casino.org, it defines Royal Flush as the top ranked hand. You're guaranteed to win if you have this hand.
So with our Royal Flush, we're going to be telling you our top ranked hand from social media of the week. What we've seen that we've been loving, something that we've learned. It's got actually nothing to do with flushing something down the toilet.
Yeah, just go with it, babes. Like, please, just let us live.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense, but we're rolling with it anyway, okay?
Yeah. Literally, that's going to be the whole podcast. Not making sense, but just rolling with it anyway.
Roll the dice.
Yeah, roll the dice style. All right, we better get into it though.
Okay, my Royal Flush of the week this week. I have learnt something new from TikTok. You know when you wear a pair of jeans?
Which isn't often, darling, but yes.
Do you wear jeans?
No, more of a skirt girl, more of a caftan queen. But yes, I do occasionally wear a jean.
When you wear a pair of jeans, more so a pair of baggy jeans, and you sit down and it creates that like bunch in your crotch.
It like sticks out. Like,
yeah,
looks like
when
a bit
the
of a
zipper,
bulge.
like, it has a little bit of a shape.
Yeah.
Well, that has a name.
Really?
Yes.
Like scientifically, or someone's just made it up?
No, someone's made it up on TikTok. It's called a Jeanis. A gene penis. I've got one right now, kind of. Look.
I'm looking at your Jeanis as we speak, love. Look at your Jeanis, it's you.
And what I want to know is, I know that this is a thing when you wear jeans and you sit down there, you've got a Jeanis.
Yeah.
But this person on TikTok was saying how it's a massive insecurity and that they don't like when their jeans do that and they like try and hide it. And I just want to know, like, is this like a commonly known thing that people are insecure of their jeans making a Jeanis, or if it was just that one person? Because personally, I know it's there, but I've never cared.
Well, I don't know whether I've even noticed if I have it, Joel. My body's very strangely shaped. I don't know if there's enough room down there to give a Jeanis. But like, I'm thinking that it's more for people who also don't have a penis because like, I feel like,
Maybe.
you know, people who have a penis just have a bulge. We don't really have a genus, do we?
Yes, you still can.
Yeah, okay.
Anyone can have a genus. And the question is, are you embracing your genus or are you embarrassed by it?
I don't think I'd be embarrassed by having a genus. And you know what? On this podcast, I want to start revolutions, Britt. I want to start our own viral trends, okay?
All right, so
I
we're
think we
saying
need to start
embrace
here.
the genus.
Embrace the genus.
Show us your genus.
Yeah, show us your genus on social media. Next time you wear a pair of jeans, if you're wearing a pair of jeans today and you've got yourself a genus, take a pic of your crotch and your little genus or your big genus. We don't judge here. And, you know, tag us on your Instagram story with hashtag show us your genus. That's JEANIS.
Oh, yes.
And we'd love to see it.
We would love to see your genus, please.
Okay, well, my royal flush of the week, I have been absolutely loving this lady on TikTok.
When did it end? Oh, don't enjoy me. I'm sad again. Don't tell my boyfriend it's not what he's made for. What was I made for?
Okay, there's a lot of things that sound like you on the internet, like all those filters on Instagram and stuff. You know,
know.
people say it sounds like all right, hey, but why does that lady kind of sound like you as well?
Well, I found out I could do a really good impersonation. So if you haven't seen that video, for anyone who's not in the loop, that's a lady stitching, you know, creators on TikTok will do like karaoke vids and you're meant to complete the lyrics, and she's completed the lyrics and sung them wrong and just in this funny way, obviously. And it's taken off. It's going viral right now and it's all over my For You page. And I have just found myself like yelling although enjoyment like throughout my life. Like I was in the middle of Coles the other day and just decided to go, oh, I'm John.
Can you give us your best impersonation of her?
Well, I figured out I can actually do a really good impersonation of her, right?
Okay, pressure's on though now.
Oh, here we go. Hang on.
Wait, I'll do the first bit, okay? When did it end?
Oh! I can't do it. Hang on. No. Oh, no, I've lost it. I'm
Okay,
under
wait.
pressure.
When did it end?
Oh, the enjoyment.
Oh, don't enjoy me.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
I'm good at impersonations,
pretty good,
actually. Who can you impersonate? You used to be able to impersonate Lois Griffin.
Yeah, but I'm not very good at that one.
How did you do it?
Peter.
Yes, that's so good.
Peter.
You know what I discovered I was really good at like
What?
last year was
What?
the Munchkins from The Wizard of Oz.
They talk?
Yes, you know when they like tell her to follow the yellow brick road?
Is that like follow the yellow
Yes.
brick
I'm
road?
so good at it.
Go.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
That second one was spot on.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
And she's standing around him going, I'm so confused. Can you imagine being Dorothy? Like, you'd be
She would have thought she was tripping.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah, anyway, I'm good at that. I'm good at so many things, and you'll learn that during this podcast. But anyway, that has become so viral that, oh my God, do a munchkin?
Enjoyment.
And I'll never be able to sing it a different way. I'll now only exclusively be able to sing it in a munchkin voice. But Billie Eilish actually acknowledged it at her concert over the weekend. Have a listen. And I don't feel like the audience really got on board with
No,
that.
maybe they just weren't expecting it. She just threw everyone off.
Yeah, wrong demographic, I think.
If we
because-
were there,
Oh,
you
if
would
I
have been
was there,
front and centre
I
with
would've
your
been-
munchkins.
Put a lighter in the air, Joe, you know, like, let's get it going. Enjoy me.
I love when like massive celebrities get on board with something like that.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah. Good on it. I have a few reality shows that I watch. I don't watch all of them. One that I've never watched is Love Island, but I feel
Really?
like I've never watched it, but I feel like I need to get into it. But my two shows that I love and get into every single time is MAFS, Married at First Sight, and also Love is Blind, which I know you've never seen.
No.
So Love is Blind, I believe has only been on in America and maybe a couple of other countries, but they have just announced that it's coming out next year in the UK. And it got me thinking, first of all, I'm so excited for it to come out. And I've always thought, I don't think Love is Blind would work if they did it here in Australia with an Australian cast.
What exactly happens on the show?
So,
Because when you say Love is Blind, I'm just thinking like it's either dating in the dark or like they're wearing blindfolds the entire time.
basically they are. So it's a bunch of guys and girls. They put them in like two Big Brother looking houses that are like joined. And then in the middle is all these things called pods.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is they essentially go on blind dates. They both go in and then they only talk by voice. They do not see the other person. And they get put in there. It seems like 2 seconds, but I think it might be like 2 to 3 weeks that these two big groups are in. And basically they are chatting to all these people blindly to find the love of their life. Now, if they want to meet that person on the other side, just so they've had a great connection, they have to get engaged. They propose through the wall, like they get down on one knee quite literally, and then they have to say yes. And it's not only until then that they then go and get to meet for the first time. And what freaks me out, and I think the reason why I love it so much, is it gives me the massive ick watching these people communicate in this way, because I just always think like there's no way anyone in Australia would ever act this way. No offense to all the Americans on the show.
How are they acting?
Like they confess to each other that they're in love.
No, yes. They're
like, I love you. And they're like, I love you too. And they're like crying. And
you've never even seen
I
them.
know. And they've been speaking for 2 seconds. Like they know nothing about each other. It's also really dramatic. And then, then once they've paired up all the couples, they then meet. You see them meet for the first time. And then it's really funny to see their reaction. Sometimes they're like fully in love when they see each other. And other times you can tell instantly that they're like, oh God, like no. Which is super shallow, I guess. The whole show is shallow.
When did this come out for the first time? Like, is this a recent
while
show?
ago. No, I think it's a while ago.
Because I could have been a millionaire because I reckon I thought of this because when I first watched The Voice, you know, The Voice, the singing show, where obviously they don't see the person, they only hear the voice.
Yes.
So the first time I watched The Voice, I went, this would be a great dating show. Like, you're there, like, saying your Tinder profile, going, hi, I'm Matt, I'm 28 years old, and this is what I like to do. And then you can press the buzzer and turn around and see the person if you want to go on a date with them.
Well, this is that, but it's like way more in
like
depth. And you need to watch it. It's saucy as well. Like you will watch one guy going in, like having a full-on relationship with two different girls.
Different people.
Yeah, at the same time. And then they like say things that like contradict what they've said to someone else. There you go. It premiered on Netflix in 2020. So it's still relatively new.
I could have been a millionaire. How much is this show making? I had this idea 10 years ago, doll.
Well, you snooze, you lose. Anyway, I'm very excited that it's coming to the UK, but I wonder if it will ever come to Australia because I cannot see any Aussie doing that.
Okay, so let's pretend we're in Love is Blind right now and we're obviously Australian. And we can't see each other. Now, I haven't seen the show, so I don't really know what we're doing here, but you kick us off and ask me questions and things like that, and we'll see if an Australian format would actually work.
Oh, we're going full, like the lights
are out. The lights have been dimmed. We're in the pod. Brittney, kick us off.
I know that we've only been talking for 3 hours total across 2 weeks, but I'm in love with you.
That's crazy because I'm not at all.
Like, that's how I picture Australians. Like, they'd be like, fuck off, mate. Like, I'm not fucking in love with you. I've never even seen you.
You reckon?
Okay, maybe there would be some Australians that would do it, but I don't know. I feel like the Aussie sense of humour, surely we're not that serious that we're going to be confessing our love to someone that we have had 4 conversations with.
Nah.
But I think they need to bring it to Australia.
To see if it would work? Because I reckon like what kind of demographic is going on that show
and
as
they're
well?
actually like, they're all like relatively good looking people.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people complain that like there's no like real diversity in there. Like,
yeah.
So like they're all like attractive, I guess.
Yeah.
And then there's couples that have been together the whole time ever since the show. If it comes to Australia, there's 2 hosts.
Yeah.
So I'm putting it out there into the universe that we are the hosts of Love is Blind Australia when it starts. Because in America, it's that Nick Lachey and his wife.
Yeah.
What's her name? I can't remember.
Jessica Simpson.
Is
that it? I don't know.
No.
Sorry.
But they're going to need a host when it does come to Australia.
Yeah, well,
Vanessa Lachey. It's not Jessica Simpson. Sorry,
Jessica
Jess.
Simpson at one point.
Forever ago. In 2006, they broke up. Get with the times.
Sorry.
Anyway.
We're both in relationships, so we'd have to host because we can't
Go on the show. But I also wish like I could experience going on the show.
Yeah,
like,
if we were single, what show would you go on? Like out of all the kind of reality dating shows that there are,
I feel like I would
Max,
go on
Love Island.
Love is Blind.
You'd go on Love is Blind.
It's so good. Like you have to watch it.
It's you saying that it wouldn't work in Australia, but then saying,
I
"Oh,
would
but
go
I'd go
on it.
it.
I would go on it. Yep,
you
I
know.
would do it.
Better
Sorry,
give it a crack.
AJ. I might give it a go.
I think I would love Married at First Sight.
Yeah, that's also fun.
Although I would absolutely hate the experience. I think I'm someone who looks for the good in everything. Everything in life is either a blessing or a lesson. And I think that maths would teach me some lessons,
And
even
you
if I
need-
didn't have the best experience.
You
know
need some
what
lessons.
I mean? I need a lot of lessons. I can't even tie my shoes. That's why I wear Crocs. Did you have foxtail when you grew up?
You want to know what?
Yeah.
We
Yeah. I do. Yeah.
we were
Well, sorry, I was expecting a yes or no answer, but go ahead with your story.
just quickly. I was in that family that never had it. So when I
Same.
would go to someone's house and I would get that remote,
Yeah.
that would be me set for the day. Flicking through Nickelodeon, Nick Jr., Nick, Nickelodeon.
Well, I had like kind of, I was with the boys who were very naughty. I was in a very naughty group in primary school for some reason. I was a goody two-shoes, but they were all badasses. And so we'd go over in literally year 3 and we'd be watching Family Guy and we'd be watching TV
South Park.
South Park. Like that's what we'd be watching. And I'd get home and my dad would just be ropeable that I had been watching all these naughty adult shows. But I never had Foxtel as a child either. And so I never got into like the Hannah Montana. Like that was a big thing for me. Every person at school, the girls, once I started hanging with the girls, they loved Hannah Montana.
No, I feel like I missed it as well. But I did watch bits of it when I got the chance to go to someone's house that had Foxtel.
Absolutely. I was asking for sleepovers just so we could watch Wizards of Waverly Place,
Absolutely.
But it's been a big week for Hannah Montana, or Miley Cyrus, as we know her as now. Miley's mum just got married, like, over the weekend.
To who?
It's the guy from Prison Break, but he's irrelevant. We're not here to talk about him.
Okay.
Really, we don't care, do we? But her new single, Used to Be Young, just dropped last week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like it yet or not. It might be a grower. Because it's not hitting it for me right now, but that's all right. There's been a bit of a scandal though with the wedding because, Noah Cyrus, the other sister, and there's another irrelevant brother as well, apparently. I couldn't even be bothered Googling his name, but they didn't show up to the wedding.
Just Noah?
And the brother didn't go to the wedding. Their mum's wedding.
Did Miley Cyrus go?
Miley went. Miley actually helped plan the whole thing.
Okay.
And
isn't Miley not talking to her dad as well?
This is the thing that we need to talk about, Brittney, because I'm like a little bit out of the loop with this. Because
Me
remember
too.
like years ago when Miley called her dad out on social media, on Twitter, I think, and said like, oh, I'm going to like expose my dad for every dirty secret he has. And then the next day was like, sorry, everyone, my Twitter was hacked. And we were like, eye roll, like, we don't think. But Noah and her brother, I'm just saying her brother because I don't know his name, uploaded Instagram stories of them at Walmart at the same time that their mum was saying the vows and marrying the guy from Prison Break.
Right. It's giving family dramas.
Well, here's the thing, conspiracy theory. I love a conspiracy theory. I love a conspiracy theory, and you're going to hear a lot of them on this podcast, I reckon, because I'm all about it, but not so much like the Britney Spears conspiracy or things like that. Like, I'm niche. I make them up myself.
So what's your conspiracy about why Noah didn't go to the wedding?
Oh my God, this is just reminding me though that I didn't go to my mum's wedding either.
Why?
But I wasn't invited because it was during COVID, so they could only have that. She had a COVID. No, was it a COVID wedding? I don't even know.
You just realising that your mum just simply never invited you.
Yeah, no. They had very close, like it was just literally them and I think their mums, and like that's it.
Okay,
like,
nice.
And look, like it's your wedding day. You do what you want. I literally, not that I couldn't care less, but I was fine with my mum doing that. I'm sure it was in COVID and that was the reason. But if I find out that it was before COVID, I'm going to be
you
like,
just simply weren't invited. Sorry.
me. But yeah, like I just think that we need to come up with a reason because the internet is divided. There's Reddit threads and everything right now about why Noah Cyrus hasn't gone to her mother's wedding, and there's no reason right now. So I feel like we need to come up with the reason and just set in stone.
The reason why.
The reason why, and people can just run with it.
So why do you think she didn't go to the wedding?
No.
What if she got the date wrong?
You got the date wrong.
Yeah.
That happened to my friend, one of our
What?
good friends. I wasn't invited because I didn't go to the engagement party. Whoops. But again, it was during COVID. I was like, I'm not getting sick. It was right at the start. But one of my friends didn't go to the wedding and hasn't heard from her since because he thought it was the next day. He said to someone, what are you wearing
Tomorrow.
What are you wearing tomorrow? And the person he sent the message to, who was another guest at the wedding, said, what do you mean? I'm here right now. Like, we're having
Was it not far
dinner.
enough? Like, could they not have gone quickly?
Babes, the reception was like almost over. Like, they're having dinner at the reception. Like, what do you do? Show up at the reception at 8:30 p.m. and go, sorry, miss the wedding at 3 o'clock, but I'm here for the free champers,
That's fucked. So why, going back to it, why do you think they didn't go to their mum's wedding?
We're not stating fact here, but we have it on good authority that apparently, allegedly, Noah Cyrus was actually in love with the Prison Break guy.
Are
and
a lot
didn't
of
want to
people?
see her mum marry him. Take that, Daily Mail. Take it and run with it. It was a High Scrollers exclusive, allegedly.
You heard it here first.
Now, Brittney, we have been on the internet a long time and we've seen some crazy challenges over the years.
Mm-hmm.
When you were doing YouTube videos, like, what was the wildest challenge that you ever did?
The wildest challenge I ever did was the putting an ice cube in your mouth for as long as you can.
Crazy.
I know.
Girl, you crazy.
Look out, everyone.
Oh my
I'm
God.
wild.
Honestly, I can't believe you did that.
I know. And the challenge was to see how long you could hold it in your mouth. But then also we saw the cinnamon challenge, which I never did.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, and
how much cinnamon did you put in your mouth?
Oh, like a tablespoon, like a heaped tablespoon.
Right.
And what happens is because when you breathe in, the little flakes of cinnamon like get stuck in the back of your throat and you just cough for ages. And I reckon I had a sore throat for like 2 weeks after that. Like, it was so painful and obviously so dangerous
There's
as well.
no challenge, I don't think, that's ever been on the internet that is worth it.
Oh, Chubby Bunny challenge was pretty good.
I did that too. Yes.
I also once did a chicken nugget challenge where I think I had to eat 50 chicken nuggets.
Oh, yeah. I can
And-
get behind that.
Yeah. It probably turned me off chicken nuggets forever though. It was a challenge at the time, but there's always kind of like dangerous, even in the last couple of years, we've had like the Tide Pod challenge where people are literally drinking laundry detergent. Don't do that at home, please. It's stupid. Remember back in high school though, people would give each other Frosties and they'd hold you down and do the deodorant on the leg and you'd get a burn from the
I think
deodorant.
I've literally got some marks on my wrist still.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I never got a Frosty.
And we did chicken scratch challenge as well.
What's that?
Where you get like the back of the compass thing that spins around and you scratch back and forth until you can't handle it anymore.
No.
I've literally got scars on my hands from it.
That's assault. Like, that's not on, you know? Oh. But anyway, there's a new trend that's going viral and it's another dangerous trend. And here at High Scrollers, we care about everybody's safety, so we thought we had to bring it to the forefront. It's a new trend and it's got to do with cracking eggs on toddlers' heads.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
I have seen it and I've seen the discourse online about it. And I also feel like, is it really our place to comment on it because we aren't parents? Like, I've seen a lot of parents online like going back and forth saying you shouldn't do that and other people saying it's just lighthearted and fun. Who are we to say?
Yeah, we've literally got this podcast and that's the point. We actually are meant to talk about it. So
No, but who are
So we will be.
But who are we to judge the parents?
I think like we have to judge the parents because that's the point of the conversation.
Okay, fine. We're judging the parents. All of you parents out there, we are
judge
judging you so hard.
Yeah, we are judging.
Stop cracking eggs on your kids' foreheads for fun.
But I am kind of the opinion of like who thought this was a good idea. That's trauma.
And I've seen like
For a
the
2-year-old.
child therapists come out and say like they analyse how the kid reacts to the egg getting cracked and like the trust issues that builds.
I haven't seen those, but I need to watch those because
Yeah.
that's what I'm about. I'm like, I reckon the psychological damage from this egg cracking
Oh, yeah.
is actually bigger than
They're
like
never
people
going to forget
think.
it. And I feel like we all have so many things in our childhood that happened or that our parents said, no offense to my parents, but things that they have said and done that you'll never forget.
Yeah, because the trend has been viewed online more than 670 million times.
Wow.
So it's like a lot of people have seen this. And like usually the kids like cry or they just like look really
look
upset,
shocked.
and that's like what's meant to be like funny about it.
And I think it all comes back to as well, we also see a lot of conversations about putting your kids online in general and how
Well, yeah.
big of a topic that is.
Yeah, I guess so.
Why do we need to
I did not think this segment was going to go this way.
Neither.
Like I thought we were going to have a laugh about eggs on heads. I might have asked if there were any eggs here in the Nova fridge that I could have cracked on your head just for a good social video. But here we are talking about trauma, abuse, and parents giving generational trauma to their children.
On this topic, Matt, if you ever go, are you going to have kids one day?
Nah.
Oh.
No. And I'll tell you why. Because recently we've actually been looking after a dog. A little,
Okay.
Well, I want to say puppy, but because it's a small dog, but I think it's
Mm-hmm.
like 3 or 4 years old. And we've been taking care of him. And just the dog is enough for me to hate my life.
Dogs,
So
dogs are a lot. And when people say to me, I want to get a dog, if it's like one of the girls that works for me, I'm like, really think about your decision right now because it is life altering.
yeah.
But anyway, if you were to have kids in the future, how would you feel about putting them online? From being online for so long, we see now a lot of parents either use their kids for content or they're doing the absolute opposite and going out of their way to not show their kids online.
I'll tell you right now, mummy bloggers make a shit ton of money, honey.
They really
I will
do.
be flaunting that kid like there's no tomorrow.
You
They're
would?
getting Baby Bunting sponsorships. They're getting Kmart Kids sponsorships. They're doing Best and Less ads, darling. They're doing everything. I'm signing up for a modelling agency because obviously I'll pick a cute one. And so, like I'm whoring her out for every dollar she's worth, honestly.
I actually saw another thing the other day. I think it's in America only though. When parents are making money off their kids online, they now have to sign something to say that they're putting a certain percentage of that money away for the kid to have when it's older.
Right.
And
Well, I
I-
won't be doing that. That's for mummy's handbags, darling, Like, sorry. I got to put your nappies in something.
True.
But I feel like you're going to be very different, though. I feel like you're going to say you wouldn't put your kids on.
I
but
wouldn't.
But I don't believe that. Like, I don't
I
believe
feel like it's
if
one
you-
thing to say that, but then when you had a kid and you might just naturally want to share it online because we share our lives online. But honestly, from the discourse that I've seen online about parent family vloggers, I think I would actively try not to. There's so many safety dangers when it comes to doing it. And I've seen videos of how creepy it is, like all videos of babies and kids on TikTok, they have the most amount of saves.
Yeah, okay, that
and
is
who's
weird.
saving that shit?
That is weird.
Yeah. So I would say I wouldn't.
God, this took a serious turn, didn't it?
It did.
We were laughing about bloody Jeanis at the start of this episode.
And on that note, anyway, Matt,
We're off to have a kid, are we?
Matty boy, we've got some work to do. No, but we're at the end of our first episode.
Oh, which is so annoying. I'm like, let's go. Can we do another hour? Like, I don't want to leave.
I feel
like,
ya. But the good thing is we will be back next week.
Yes.
And every week after that
Yes.
until our friendship ends and we have a massive falling out.
Yes, and then I'll just replace her with one of my other famous friends. So
Yeah.
it's fine. I've got plenty of them.
All right.
Hang on, before we go, we've got to do our screen times. Oh yeah, hang on. Okay, quick.
So every week, because we encourage screen time and being proud of it, we're going to tell you what our screen time was for the week last
Yeah,
week.
the average screen time for the week.
For the week or for the day?
For the week.
I'm trying to be proud of this because I know that's what we're doing on this
But
this
you're
podcast.
embarrassed, aren't you? Because it's higher. Is it higher than you thought?
Mm-hmm. My excuse is that my job is on my phone, okay? My
True.
screen time for the week was 11 hours and 21 minutes average a day.
Oh, I mean, mine's 8 hours and 40 minutes. So you win this week. I'm trying. Here's the thing. We've got to get out of our brain that screen time's a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing, especially
good
if
thing.
we're working. That's
Yeah.
our excuse.
Yeah, making money. I got to upload all those photos of my daughter, and make that money. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to our first ever episode. We so hope that you enjoyed it. I know this episode was a bit, we were just kicking off.
How you going?
We had to explain things at the start. Next week, it will be our first real, episode of how we don't have to sit here and be like, how we've been friends for 10 years. Like, I kind of
No
hated
one
that.
gives a shit about that.
Yeah, but you needed the context, didn't
Yes.
you? So anyway, next week, we'll be back with our first real run through of how High Scrollers is going to go, which is very exciting. Make sure you subscribe and follow and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified every time we upload a new episode of the podcast.
I just want to add to that because you listened all the way through. You that's listening to this, it's now actually a requirement that you leave us a 5-star rating. Subscribe to the pod.
No, that's a legally binding contract.
It is. By listening this far in, you have now signed up to that. So you have to leave a 5-star review and write a comment.
Write a review and to make sure that we know that you've listened the whole way through, hashtag Jeanis.
Yes.
Hashtag Jeanis in there, okay?
Please put hashtag Jeanis at the end of your review. And if they don't leave a 5-star review, what happens?
We'll block you. You're never allowed to listen again, though. So
you're blocked.
Blocker. So that's fine. And if you enjoyed today's podcast, tell a friend. It's our first episode ever. Now is really when the time counts to share this episode and get as many listens as possible, because we deserve number one in the country, and we'd like to be number one in the country, if not the world, if not the universe.
Hosts of Love is Blind Australia.
Yes.
Coming right up.
We had so many exclusives today in this episode, didn't we?
We really did. This is just the beginning for us.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I mean, this is the new most exclusive club in town, High Scrollers. Anyone can join, and we've got unlimited membership. So,
but it's exclusive. Remember
very
that.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
You can follow us everywhere else.
For me, search Brittney Saunders on Instagram and TikTok.
And for me, search All Right Hey everywhere. Thanks for a fabulous episode. I better let you go, dog. I'll go take a photo of my Jeanis.
All right, I'll see you next week.
Bye.